Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Shane, the Rising Grind Picker, and we're here today to ask ourselves, should every Amazon FBA seller have a backup plan? And I'm going to tell you why you probably might need a backup plan and what this could mean for you. So stay tuned. So I've been an Amazon FBA seller for about 8 years, 8 years, and an eBay seller since 2006. And I'm a full-time reseller, and I depended on Amazon pretty much solely for income. And that is it until I realized I might need to change stuff up a little bit. I'm doing this video today to try to help you and have you understand why, if you're an Amazon seller, why you might need a backup plan. So if you got this email, then I'm going to go ahead and screen share an email that I received a few days ago. And this is really crazy news. So I got this email a few days ago, and it says, "Dear selling partner, Congress recently introduced a package of regulatory legislative proposals targeting a few large technology companies, including Amazon." Now, I'm going to kind of not really read this whole thing to you. I'm going to break it down, and then I'm going to tell you why they're sending these emails out, and I'm going to tell you why you need or potentially need a backup plan. So basically, this email is Amazon. So Amazon is sending this email to their sellers, telling them that they need to basically lobby. The email goes on to say potentially resulting in hundreds of thousands of American small and medium-sized businesses losing access to Amazon's customers and services. What? Wait a minute. You're going to lose access to Amazon's customers and services. That's what the email says. Now, you can see this email, and you can see, I'm going to screen share it long enough so you can kind of read it and understand potentially what this means. And I'm going to break it down for you. So you are probably very confused about what that email was about. And if you didn't receive an email or that email, you probably will very soon, or Amazon may have deemed you not an active seller at this time. But basically what has happened is Amazon is looking for help from their sellers because they want to have sellers write their Congress people to lobby, because the government has given basically Amazon a ultimatum. They either need to sell on their own platform, or with no third-party sellers competing, or they need to only leverage third-party sellers, and Amazon can no longer sell on their platform. Now, you're probably saying, wait a minute, I didn't never hear about this. Well, it's because Amazon had a court case, and it was a federal court case, and it was actually it was a mistrust case, or whatever you want to call it. And in this case, they virtually were deemed for antitrust. Part of that antitrust was during the coronavirus pandemic, they kicked off all of their sellers for selling, basically where sellers could not sell coronavirus aid or coronavirus stuff. And Amazon started upcharging people and selling it to them, and not letting third-party sellers sell that product, which is technically price fixing. And the government has really deemed Amazon an unfair marketplace, which means they're making Amazon change the way they do business, and Amazon doesn't want to stop selling on their own platform. So what does this mean for sellers? Two different things. A, it's going to go one way or another. Amazon is either going to kick off all the third-party sellers and only sell on their platform, or Amazon is no longer allowed to sell on their platform and third-party sellers can sell. The reason they're sending these emails out is they want you to try to stand up against the government so they can keep selling on their platform while you sell on their platform, so they can double dip and make double the money. I would like to see Amazon not sell on their platform, but I honestly think personally why they're sending this email out is if Amazon, if they actually they realized that they were not going to sell on their own platform, they would have never sent the email out. I think realistically, what's going to happen is I can foresee Amazon only selling on their platform or becoming a closed marketplace, very much like Target, where you have to be like a corporation or a business to even sell on that platform. Target does not really accept third-party sellers. It's only like manufacturer stuff. So I could foresee Amazon doing that down the road very, very soon. Walmart.com is another Walmart.com is basically another marketplace where you can send stuff into Walmart, and it's really hard to get in and make an account. Obviously, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark are all seconds to Amazon if you're looking for a backup. But that's why I actually took a year off of Amazon and I went to build my eBay account up personally because I foreseen this coming down the road. And I told people, and I actually said this on videos, and people called me crazy. And that's kind of why I took a year off and I went to build my eBay account, as I foreseen this stuff coming down the pipeline because Amazon was always misusing antitrust, and they were getting called out in so many countries for antitrust and the misuse of the antitrust for the government and for the people. And they had a lot of antitrust cases against them. And I kind of foreseen this coming. And let me tell you, I honestly think that Amazon sellers should probably, if you're full-time, you should probably 100% have a backup plan. A state that the government is involved in, they have given Amazon basically an ultimatum. And, if you read the email word for word, you can understand the position that Amazon is in. And obviously, it would be really hard for Amazon just to walk away and not sell on their own platform and just let the third-party sellers sell on it. Because here's the problem. It comes to be an issue the issue is a lot of third-party sellers are putting Amazon in hot water, and they're getting sued by a lot of customers. And a lot of this comes from simply people selling crappy products or let's say private label products that either kill people or not necessarily kill people, but hurts people. And there are several court cases in the past 2 years where Amazon has been sued or the seller has been sued because of a faulty product. And the liability that Amazon is taking on by having third-party sellers is pretty heavy. Now, if they do get rid of third-party sellers, I don't know if they're gonna. I wouldn't foresee them banning private label, but I mean, a lot of, I think in the last year when Amazon, all the CPC or the child certification things that they are requiring sellers to get, all the stuff that they have been implementing, it is to demean liability, so sellers are liable. And that's why you have to have selling insurance now. That's why selling insurance is so important. And I'm sure that you've seen posts in groups about selling insurance on Amazon. This is why all this stuff is happening, is basically because there's been a lot of antitrust issues with Amazon, especially here. And Amazon has been going to federal court in the United States for the last 7, 8, 9 months to 6 months or so. And I think overall, this is why Amazon sent the email, is because they have realized that it's coming to a crossroads. It's either them or us. And they have made a ton of money off the backs of third-party sellers. And honestly, they don't need third-party sellers anymore. They don't need them anymore. They can actually just sell on their own platform and invite corporations and companies and the manufacturers to sell on their own platform like Target and still make a ton of money. With that being said, also, they have different facets of the business, especially like, Whole Foods and stuff like that. So they make money off that stuff too. They do not need third-party sellers anymore. Do I foresee them kicking all the third-party sellers off? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But this email should be scary to a lot of Amazon sellers. Personally, that's why I changed my business model in the last year and I went more over to eBay, and I'm doing more eBay now. But a lot of Amazon sellers do not like eBay because you have to list and take pictures. I personally like eBay. So Walmart.com will probably be the site that most FBA sellers go to, just because if you do get accepted into Fulfilled by Walmart, you can still send it to Fulfilled by Walmart. They also have Deliver, and you can send it to Deliver, and they will ship your package out for you. Overall, this should be a sign of the times to tell you, hey, I definitely need to kind of fork my business into making multiple streams of income instead of just Amazon. And that's kind of what I did. I still sell on Amazon. I'm still going to sell on Amazon. We're just closing on a warehouse. Next month, we're closing on the warehouse, and I'm going to do a lot more merchant fulfilled, but I cannot rely on Amazon anymore. And all these gurus and people telling you that you can still rely on Amazon, they don't know what they're talking about. It's possible that none of this will happen, but just getting the email is a very serious email for Amazon to send all their sellers, which means they're really considering probably both directions. They are just needing to kind of figure it out. Hey, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I appreciate it. We do a lot of eBay content and other content. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.